Good night. Welcome to Teleislas News with the most relevant and important information of the day. The National Navy confirmed in the afternoon the arrest of 131 illegal migrants who were in the waters of the archipelago.
Maritime units of the Colombian Navy attached the specific command of San Andres and Providence reported that during this week they safeguarded the life of 131 migrants of Venezuelan, Cuban, Peruvian, and Ecuadorian nationalities, as well as 27 minors who were trying to be transported in an unauthorized manner aboard illegal boats from San Andres to Central America. The fact left 14 people captured.
This last week, we have been able to immobilize numerous vessels and we have been able to safeguard the lives at sea of more than 130 people. We have recorded since the month of June to date more than 530 people who have been placed at the disposal of Migration Colombia for the issue of illegal trafficking. We have delivered to the Attorney General's office more than 77 people who have committed this crime so degrading. We continue working in the archipelago to maintain safe and reliable maritime lines of communication.
The Colombian Navy, through the specific command of San Andres and Providence, will continue to increase operational efforts together with these attached components of the National Army and Colombian Air Force in coordination with the National Police to support the corresponding migratory authorities in order to continue carrying out preventive controls at the different points of the island to counteract the irregular phenomenon.
And from today, the payments of the program Colombia Mayor for the month of September started. The Secretary of Social Development invited the beneficiaries to claim their payments.
As of today, October 5th, payments for the September payroll of the Colombia Mayor program began. Beneficiaries must go to the payment points following the instructions given by the Secretary of Social Development.
Remind the beneficiaries of the Colombia Mayor program that we begin paying the aids corresponding to the 9th cycle of the year, that is the month of September. The beneficiaries can go to the point of payment that is Superhero locally from today, the 5th of October, until the 19th of the same month. Each beneficiary collect 80,000 pesos monthly, and if they have any handicap situation that limit that they themselves should go to the place to collect, they have to take out a POA that is authenticated by the notary office so that someone else can collect from them. We advise the beneficiaries of the program that they go to the principal points of the Superhero to collect the monthly fee, because sometimes at the smaller points in the different sections, the cash available is not sufficient to pay all the aids. So we remind them that it's recommended that they go to the principal points.
Also, it should be noted that from today, October 5th, those whose documents ends in even number will be able to claim. Tomorrow, October 6th, those ending in odd, and so on until October 19th, from Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
This October 12th is the commemoration of the Day of the Race, and after having these festivities during the 2 years of the pandemic, the founders of the departmental government joined together to resume this celebration. At the same time, they called for the union between the different sectors of the Hill so that this is a sample of art, culture, and racial tradition.
This October 17 will be held the parade in commemoration of the Day of the Race. The departmental government, headed by the Secretary of Education, Lucila Moreno, making all the necessary preparation for this celebration, where the main objective is to exalt the racial culture. It should be noted that on this occasion, there have been disagreements by some members of the racial community.
First of all, the problematic is it. Every year, because not this year, nor last year, nor every year is the problematic. Then discriminate Bruxelles School for come on the hill. Bruxelles School willing to go 20 and willing to go 7. Why every time for come on the hill is just a problem? It's just 4 and 5, and I'm not going nothing 6 because 6 school not come. It's just a discrimination. And moreover, it's just Brooks Hill School that who everybody go look for. Because nobody not go look for the other school. That Brooks Hill School are where they go look for. So me, Trisha Farbs, I talk for myself.
Well, the problematic that we got with the marching is that the people in the school in the one come out, come control with we. And I don't know why the school either do that or they permit that, because just like how we can go St. Louis, we can go Norton. If we don't go St. Louis and go Norton and don't bend to the Julio, I don't see it to the Augusto, because if they don't see Brooks Hill School, nobody know why want to go like this feel them. So just how we can apoyar them and we the principal want them, why them can't do it for we people in from here too.
As a member of the organization of the parade and founder of this commemoration, she calls for unity among the sector of the Hill so that this will be a great celebration for the benefit of the Raisal population.
We was considering that they have a week vacation. So all the school them would be present because they know we take the children them take the vacation to practice to come to an event that will be the 17th of October. So what we want to do, we want the people them from the school them from the Hill make the effort and come out. It's not true that Brooks Hill is not going to be marching. Brooks Hill is in the march, and almost the school them on the Hill. Even we're trying to see if the Baptist school will come in, because the Baptist school have a lot of years that they don't participate in on one of these festivities. So we ask that the people, they school them from the Hill, make an effort extra to be in the festivity.
Finally, the head of the Education Secretariat refers to the route that will be taken during the commemoration of the day of the race.
Informarle a la comunidad que el desfile lo estaremos realizando el lunes 17 de octubre.
Important to inform the community that the parade will be held on Monday, October 17 in the sector of the Hill, as traditionally has been done. We will start from the First Baptist Church, we'll take the sector of the Hill, and then we'll go around the Church of Father Marcelino and end at Brooks Hill. From the departmental government, we involve the community of the sector in all the activities that we develop so that they can participate.
In other news concerned by the latest IDEAM reports is the Islanders Waldo Reed Wilson, who feels at risk for a tree that could be a threat to the houses of some families. Teleislas News visited the Raisal citizen to document the problem that affects him.
This is a large tree that, according to Waldo Reed, could become a threat to the homes in the sector by falling on either of these two houses where senior citizens and minor children reside.
In danger, we in danger. Right now, I got little granny now, this just got 2 years. If this tree fall along one night, pan them, they lay down. What will become of them? Everybody in there want mash up, everybody want dead. So I feel like if they can do it now, it's better now if we do it now and if we do it after the accident. Because after the accident and they don't fall down and don't mash up the house and don't kill who in the house, no sense and then come cut it. The thing is for them cut it now if you avoid a problem.
The concern of the Raisal citizen has increased even more after knowing the forecast of the weather conditions that are predicted for this weekend.
Now they had it said the breeze when they come and heavy breeze when they come, and then afterward bombero self then say the tree them over the house that the owner the house them have to cut it. But things like these you need professional where can cut down the tree from over the house. At least them know how to cut it or what they're going to do to get it from over the house. Because like me or the neighbor them come, we can't cut the tree because we don't understand how to cut this tree. Anybody could have just come and cut this tree and it drop on the house. But them the professional way do this work.
According to Reed, he has knocked several doors to receive help, but it has not been possible because he must go through administrative processes to determine whether or not the tree represents an imminent danger to homes or residents in the sector, and permit must be issued before the tree can be cut down. Teleislas News contacted the commander of the fire department, who has contact information to Islander. It is hoped that prompt solution can be found for the Islander.
To all drivers who have requested the approval of the departmental license to the national one, the Secretariat of Mobility invites them to come to the office to request a duplicate license.
Drivers with the departmental license will be able to transit and drive on any road of the country with the homologation to the national license offered by the Secretariat of Mobility. For this reason, the Mobility Office is calling all drivers who have so far requested approval of the departmental license to the national license to approach the Secretariat of Mobility and request the duplication process. This was stated by the Secretary of Mobility, Luis Viloria.
We have achieved that precisely the Ministry of Transportation allows the homologation of these departmental traffic licenses and departmental driver's license to become a national license. Through this license, you can drive on any national road. That is, not only on the Department of San Andres, but throughout the country. Remember that the departmental license only allowed us to drive in the department. So we are doing this process and welcome our request from citizens who want to do the process.
The information is also directed to people with expired license status who should approach the Mobility Office and request the endorsement process. Finally, drivers are invited to verify the list, and for more information, go to the Secretariat of Mobility located in the second block of the Coral Palace building in the former Office of Control Circulation and Residence Ocre.
The Universidad del Norte in the city of Barranquilla awarded a medal for academic merit to the San Andres writer Hazel Robinson. This recognition was given due to the professor and writer Adriana Rosas Consuegra, coordinator of the International Congress of Literature, who said she met Hazel at the San Andres Book Fair of 2017 and since then became a regular reader of her work. From this news agency, we congratulate Hazel Robinson for the achievement obtained. And in news of the municipality, yesterday afternoon, the 7th Committee of the Senate conducted a public hearing in the Camp for Dignity and inspected the reconstruction progress.
Led by Senator Norma Hurtado and accompanied by the Minister of Housing, delegates of the Ministry of Health, leaders of FINITER, and other entities, the 7th Commission of the Senate held public hearing from the Camp for Dignity. The community denounced situations in housing, drinking water and sanitation, the construction of health centers, among others.
Is the lack of listening, the lack of dialogue, the lack of sitting down and talk to the community, especially understanding that there is an idiosyncrasy, a culture, that there is a way of life in each of the regions of Colombia. And well, today these people have expressed their pain, their grief with everything that has happened in these 2 years, and we have been listening to them. And we have also seen other opposition, people who recognize that progress has been made, people who recognize that progress has been made in other aspects.
The Unit for Risk Management committed itself to make a technical review of what is being carried out.
Those multi-million-dollar houses that we have with cost overruns, that have infrastructure problems, have no presentation, and the irregularities that have been mentioned here, the delegate of the Comptroller's Office, we need answers. I feel very sorry for those of FINITER, but these irregularities cannot be passed on.
¿A nosotros qué nos corresponde?
It is up to us, and as the president of the 7th Commission said, in the event that is a complaint or a punishable fact, as you stated, the authorities will have to investigate it, because I just find out what you said, that there is a federal houses that FINITER negotiated and that they are changed fate. Just no lie about it.
Finally, some of the senators also expressed their opinion.
To technically evaluate what has been executed. If there are flaws in that, we have to immediately intervene, correct and denounce, and of course we do. But neither would it be responsible on our part to paralyze what has already been executed today.
The senators ended with a tour of some of the houses before leaving once again.
During the session of the 7th Committee in the municipality, the housing minister talked about several issues about the reconstruction and how the process will be continued in the municipality.
Old Providence would be one of the pilot sites for the differential housing, a concept by this government. This was announced by the Minister of Housing during her participation in the public hearing of the 7th Commission. It will take construction methods and materials from the community.
Since the day we came here, and we also went to Amazonas and Wapi, we find out that housing cannot be homogeneous. We cannot build housing exactly the same for all communities and for all families in this country. And I explained to Mr. President in the Council of Ministers that one of our differential housing pilot programs is here in Providence.
Regarding the construction process that is already on its way, the minister clarified that what will be done by her portfolio is to assess, evaluate, amend, and complete the project.
We know that there are still families that need housing in Providence, and as the President pointed out, we are going to complete the housing needs, but we want to make some adjustment, put soil on it. What does it mean to put soil on it? Well, we want the community to help us build, design, and formulate the way to build the houses.
Finally, the minister invited the community to participate in the binding regional dialogues, since she will lead the dialogues in San Andres and Providence.
We want this dialogue to involve the entire community of Providence so that devices of today and devices that were not present today be present, and that we converse about what this country, this island, this community dreams for the short term for the next 4 years.
The minister concluded by saying she will be on the island not only during the dialogues, but also attending the water and housing rights.
And with news of the municipality, we reach to the end of our broadcast. We see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. with more of Teleislas News. Good night.